Namaste.
Pranam Pawanji, welcome. Happy New Year and good morning from London. And we are here today again doing the thing that we truly love and we enjoy the most. For those who don't know, we are studying the book Living Hanuman that is written by Pawanji. And we try that we go verse by verse so that we have a more in-depth meaning to things that we already know, but we also learn to imbibe and absorb them in our everyday life. So today we are going to discuss the verse 7 of the Shri Hanuman Chalisa. And the verse begins with bidyāvāna guni cātura, Raam-Kaaj karibe ātura. And there's an English meaning that says, you are learned, skilled with virtue, cleverest and best of all, joyously eager, waiting to do Rama's work, big or small. And there is a small in-point meaning from this particular verse, which says, I feel my heart palpitate with eagerness and enthusiasm to serve the universe. I am the chosen one who is called upon to serve her. So there are so many things. I have questions, but I will wait for you to give us some meaning from this verse first, and then I will go and take up my questions.
So the verse is, bidyāvāna guni cātura, Raam-Kaaj karibe ātura. Simple meaning, bidyāvāna. It is again describing certain qualities of Hanumanji. So far, all the previous 6 verses have been describing the qualities of Hanumanji. This one also. So it says Hanumanji is a great scholar. Vidyāvāna is very knowledgeable. Guni, he is full of qualities, good qualities. Cātura, cātura means clever. Ati means extremely. So he is extremely clever. Raam-Kaaj karibe ātura. Raam-Kaaj, the mission of Lord Ram, Bhagwan Ram. Raam-Kaaj, Kaj means work, mission. Raam-Kaaj karibe ātura. Karibe, to do. Ātura, enthusiastic. Extremely enthusiastic to carry out or serve Rama's mission. Enthusiastic to do that. This is the simple meaning of it, that he is very clever, extremely knowledgeable, extremely skillful, full of skills, and he is extremely enthusiastic to carry out the mission of Bhagwan Ram. This is the simple meaning of this verse. The moment we go to a deeper layer, always remember, all these mystic verses have 3 layers of meanings. One is its simple meaning. Other is its essence, the meaning of its essence, essential meaning, you can say that. And the third is its vibrational effect. So the first one we have already seen. The second one, the second layer is, in essence, what is it pointing towards? Vidyāvāna. Simple meaning is one who is a scholar, one who is knowledgeable. But there is another word for a scholar, which is vidwan. The difference between vidwan and vidyāvāna is, vidwan means one who is a scholar. Vidyāvāna means one in whom knowledge has expressed itself as living truth. Hanumanji is Vidyāvāna. He is an embodiment of knowledge. His body, his life, his being is an expression of his deep knowing or knowingness. Vidyāvāna. Normally in our lives, we have many vidwan. Most people, because of this information age, information is easily available. So most people are graduates of WhatsApp universities, YouTube universities. Everybody is a scholar and PhD in every subject. So most of us are vidwan. But vidyāvāna, whatever we have learned, How much are we applying in our lives? That's the question. Guni, being skillful. Guni. And ati cātura, not only clever, but to be extremely clever. So for success in life, we need knowledge set, we need skill set, and we need a very cleverness to smartness to execute our knowledge and learning in whatever we do. So ati cātura. And ati cātura here is pointing towards how Hanumanji has made a clever choice. He has made a clever choice of choosing to serve Rama or choosing to serve Raam-Kaaj and not to do kāja. There is a word in Hindi which means kāja, work, etc. Normal work, routine work, to go and get more money so that you can have a better holiday and a better car. This is called Raam-Kaaj. And to go ahead and plant a tree so that many will benefit under its shade or the oxygen that it gives. That is Raam-Kaaj. Ram here is not a religious word in the sense as a name of God. It is in the context, but it is not in a larger context. Ram simply means that which pervades. So Raam-Kaaj means such work, such activity whose impact is pervasive, whose impact touches many lives, pervades, something to do with environment, something to do with social health, something to do with education, etc. Something that touches many lives and transforms it. That is Raam-Kaaj. And this Raam-Kaaj, Hanumanji is karibe ko ātura. He's enthusiastic about doing this. Nothing else is of interest to him. He did not choose Kaam-Kaaj. He did not, in the core story, he did not get married. He did not have children. He did not create a kingdom or a business or a lot of wealth for himself. He remained to be a humble servant of Ram. So he was enthusiastically serving this larger purpose. People do a little bit of Raam-Kaaj. Everybody does some charity, etc. But they're not enthusiastic about it. It's more of a photo opportunity or trying to show that how great a philanthropist they are. But they're enthusiastic about making money, enthusiastic about enjoying their lives, not enthusiastic about Raam-Kaaj. The difference here is Hanumanji is hyper enthusiastic about doing Raam-Kaaj. There are many, many beautiful stories, but someday we will have that chance to have those tiny stories come out in front of everybody for them to enjoy how he was enthusiastic about Raam-Kaaj.
Thank you for sharing that point. And I would like to add to the part for those who ever make it to the book, they will definitely come across this point. But like you said earlier, that ati cātura and the purpose you have defined in the book by using Sri Tulsidas's line, which says that Tulsidas says that true cleverness is only that which leads to the absorption in Sri Rama's devotion. So that was really beautiful that I found. And the other part where which always kind of excites me personally is when you try to relate it with other scriptures. And in here, the word Raam-Kaaj, you have associated it to in the initial endpoint meaning, you had given its association with the word universe, not particularly in religion by Ram. And when people all across the globe are, when they come across this video or they understand that Rama is not only defined by the religious Hindu god Rama, but also the universal truth, then the purpose in which you have associated this is from Gita, which says paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, which again you said that, doing the greater thing, which you have written here as, means to nourish the good doers and to remove the bad doers or the negative field that prevents the good from flourishing. So like there are some points that I truly highlight because, there are days you just want to just swipe through the book, just sitting with it. You're not really sitting with an intent to like read seriously, but just to browse. And on those days, I feel that these are like messages or reminders to us. And the other point, which I personally did like, was the how you associate the word monkey with monks with the key. I felt that that was it was like a revelation. You read the word monkey, but you don't see it with that perspective. So that was really amazing. And then in every verse you also associate a yoga pose or an Ayurveda association with this. And then this one, you had the bow posture, which when you sit to kind of introspect, or you read and you're just reflecting, you realize that the Dhanurasan is a bow pose, and you associate it with Raam-Kaaj, and Shri Ram had the Shri Ram Ban. So I mean, it kind of really surprises you in from within, where you feel that, oh my God, it's like a moment of like eureka. Oh my God, it means that. So that's really beautiful. And then there are these in-journey questions that we all try to attempt, or the ones who are studying with you this book particularly have to do it, so that they kind of reflect on their day. So among these questions, they're all quite self-introspective questions, but yet I ask you every time. So there is this question which says that, are my deeds aligned with enhancing and nourishing the goodness principle? Can I identify these barriers and constantly work at erasing them? Can I identify this polarity within my mind field and work towards transforming the bad into good, and simply erasing the bad and infusing the good? How do you think a student, like, I'm just asking as a student myself, because I feel that I have not answered this question as yet. How does one answer this question from your perspective?
The first thing is that the book explains how we all belong. We all have a single mind. The mind field is singular, collective mind field. So whatever I do is impacting the whole of the mind field. Thus, if I go and plant a tree, the whole mind field is urged to do something good for the earth, even if it is planting one tree here. And if you cut down a tree, there is a disturbance in the mind field which adds to that side of the principle which says, consume the earth. Let us take everything out of this earth, whatever we can get. Same for relationship. When we break a relationship, it is not a relationship between just me and that person. When I break that relationship, I'm also damaging the relationship principle in the universe. Many relationships which are weak will get impacted by my breakup. And when I hold on to a relationship, I enhance the love principle. If at all we can relate to holding the relationship to love, then we enhance the love principle. So here we are, here Raam-Kaaj does not mean a charter or an agenda of things to do. Raam-Kaaj simply means to become aware of your actions having an impact not only locally. Your actions are carried out locally, but they have a non-local impact. They have a global impact, or I will call it non-local. It is a pervasive impact. When you become aware of it, then when you start working, then when you start going forward or living your life, then drinking even a glass of water is Raam-Kaaj in that awareness. Wasting some amount of shower water under the shower is also, let's say, not in line with Raam-Kaaj. You can say that way. It doesn't mean that you should not enjoy a warm shower, but you will know yourself. Your consciousness will know this is enough. Now I can put it off, or I can slow down the shower so the water will flow a little less and not too much like that. So you would automatically be led to making some choices, some small corrections, some minor shifts, and they will all, when they add up to a huge shift in how we live in the world together.
I had this one question earlier that, in the in point, you say, the last line says, I am the chosen one who is called upon to serve her. Can you, I wanted to really ask you that in this verse particularly, where is the her relating to? If you could just shed a little bit of light on that. Why did you not write that I have been called upon to serve Sri Ram or Rama, but you chose her?
Because this is about the universe, the whole of Prakriti, the whole of Mother Nature is her. And Raam-Kaaj, the mission of Rama, is to serve her. The mission of Hanuman was not to press Rama's feet and give him a massage. It was not to serve him. His mission was to serve Sita, to get her out of the stage of abduction, bring her back and restore her on the throne. So, and the moment he did that, everything, his work was over. After that, there was no more Raam-Kaaj. There was only one Raam-Kaaj. Now here, Sita represents, as I've explained in the book, Sita represents man's relationship with earth, not only the earth, but man's relationship with earth. That is Sita. And today, that relationship has been abducted by man's greed, you can say that way, by our capitalism, not capitalism, I'm sorry for using this word, but basically our greed, or the system that wants to make more and more money, and unending growth is the real in thing, and stopping is a stagnation and failure. So then that relationship has been abducted by this feeling towards earth. Now, when we rescue that feeling and restore it in man's heart, in every heart, every man and woman's heart, that will be Raam-Kaaj, to restore your relationship with earth. And therefore, it is her.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing it. Throughout, when I read the chapter, only towards when I got to the part where the medication comes, that's when it kind of, came to me as a thought that, okay, in the meditation, you've written it as Mother Earth, and everything Sita represented, or Ma Sita represented, was the relationship which you just said. So thank you for sharing this verse with us. And, thank you for enlightening us in ways that kind of miss us sometimes in our busy lives. And see you soon for the next one. And pranam from my side. Thank you.